for everyone, and I say that respectfully. Today is currently September 25th, 2025. My content is not for everyone.
No, infiltrate on me, goddammit. My content is okay. Hello.
No, for real. Someone projects spell work, gang stalk you, watch your every move, tell your tags, break what you got in your pockets, hack your devices, try to paint you mentally unstable, play with your mail at the end of the day, then hold on one second, I'm gonna control the narrative because I'm trying to paint you mentally unstable.
No, infiltrate on me. Why would you do that?
This type of stuff that happens when it comes to gang stalking. When folks is pocket watching. Like your next door neighbor, different tax bracket, watching your every move, like picking up the phone like when you just came home. It be the train of thought for me. How they watching your every move to disturb your peace when you wasn't trying to catch your case. Didn't matter if they knew how to fight or not, even when you didn't have to pretend to be authentic. Speaking up for yourself, you didn't have to raise your voice. Hold on one second, they said that you was incomprehended. It be the train of thought for me. Always be yourself, and I say it respectfully. They don't understand how you weather a storm. They gotta send beauty magic to try to make you feel insecure. How this type of stuff actually happens when you actually know how to love yourself, to better yourself. That hold on one second, I wasn't trying to get discouraged.
No, infiltrate off of me.
How they would hack your devices, monitor your every moves, and then when you speak up for yourself, they try to paint you out to be the fool. Mentally unstable, ain't nobody gonna believe you. Hold on one second, I wasn't trying to lose myself when it came to comprehension, gone within. I knew I wasn't bugging when I saw what I saw that day. It'd be the train of thought for me. They'd be like, B-I-T-C-H, shut the F up, you bunky face bitch.
Oh, I said I didn't say it because that's not what I am.
I'm not your genuine love respect. I'm not just a number at the end of the day. It be the train of thought for me. How folks will act like they truly invested into you. They would say how with they fake lies at the end of the day. Think they pouring into you. Only rest, hold on one second. They trying to psych at your free will when it come to your conscience. Hold on one second. They don't want you to think. Being high vibration. They got those forward. Hold on one second. But then they quit to say you mentally unstable.
Infiltrate on me. We are not the same. And I said what I said because my content about everybody.
It be the same folks controlling your numbers when it come to your creativity, when it come to your content. Hold on one second. They paying folks at the end of the day. Try to discourage you, try to humble you at the same time. But hold on one second. You was always comfortable in your own skin, being authentic. You wasn't thinking that you was better than nobody. You had folks trying to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially. Didn't matter they tax bracket. Damn, they got their own kids trying to suck at your free will when it come to your mental health.
No, infiltrate on me. What the fuck going on here? I ain't signed up for this bullshit.
How this type of stuff actually happens. I'm not your genuine love respect. I may not be attractive to you. My content is not for you. Gang stalking is real. How just because you may wear a mask when you go outside in public or whatever the case may be, your forte, right? How a community would try to blackmail you against you and say that you're on narcotics or that you're mentally unstable, or when you go to take that picture when you went to that check cashing place, they made sure at the end that they didn't get your image because they wanted to blackmail you against you, to paint you out to be somebody you truly wasn't. That hold on one second, you was truly beautiful. It wasn't just the eyes at the end of the day. They ain't like the fact that you actually knew how to smile even on your rainy days. How you got your next door neighbor telling you every move, telling that terrorist at the end of the day, hold on one second, the karma across town, that they gonna make you uncomfortable in your own skin. Was it he, she, or say? It'd be the trend of thought for me, babe. Didn't matter they tax bracket how you got dudes and chicks disrespecting you. They trying to rob you blindsided. Trying to come up in your crib to suck at your free will so nobody will hear you. Because hold on a second, they all work together when they come to gang stalking. Or because they watching your pockets. How this type of stuff actually happens. I would never hurt myself regardless of who's trying to rob me mentally, spiritually, financially, or energy harvest off me. Or what anybody's trying to do when it comes to projecting sport towards me. I do not live in fear. Always be yourself with no misintentions. How individuals will use your documentations against you to paint you out to be mentally unstable when they don't even know themselves.
Infiltrate those niggas. First of all, we don't play within the same part. Hello.
And I said that respectfully. I understand the grass wasn't green, but hold on one second, I didn't have to pretend to be authentic. I understood at the end of the day, rainy days will allow me to feel while I was understanding pain to go within. Understanding, hold on one second, I still knew how to respect my neighbor, didn't have to pretend.
No, after Trey gonna be just staying in your lane, but sending the evil lie, almost spell work, all on 1 second. Cause the devil's a lie.
You know, when God reveals the devil low on the enemy, they would never understand or adjust to the mindset. At the end of the day, go home with them, fall from fake. I ain't have to be in the mindset of being fake. I knew how to take accountability for my actions, regardless of my tags back. If I came from poverty and pain, it'd be the train of thought for me. You know, individuals pick and choose who could talk about God. Individuals pick and choose who could talk about the devil, you know, narcotics or, you know, violence or domestic violence or healing. They pick and choose. I got folks in different tax brackets when it comes to HRA. Telling the next person, hold on 1 second, my number's that day. Hold on 1 second, I wasn't on the same page. I hope and pray that nobody do that to your baby. Hold on 1 second, play them close, not to see them grow. That same love that you pour into them to become their best soul vision of themselves when they look in the mirror, I hope at the end of the day nobody breaks their heart. All because, hold on 1 second, you decide to project your negative energy on your own baby. It be the train of thought for me. I don't wish karma on my neighbor, but goddamn, God don't like ugly. It's a train of thought for me. You could say I'm ugly all day, but I love myself. To understand our conscience ain't the same when it comes to hold on 1 second, didn't matter your tax bracket that day.
No, it's a train of thought for me. I don't gotta hurt myself, no, for real, for real.
And I'm not trying to hurt myself. You know, when you speak up for yourself, individuals, regardless to what community that you live in, will try to blackmail you against you or try to cover up what they're doing behind closed doors at the end of the day. You made me your enemy. I didn't make you my enemy. Someone took my kindness or weakness and I spoke up for myself and I was only being authentic. I'm not sorry for being real. It's a train of thought for me. Someone disrespected me. Didn't understand my pain. Our bones ain't the same, but I ain't have to project that mind game. It's the train of thought for me. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same. You can't tell somebody when they got a headache, what someone's going through when their body's going through motion. It'd be the train of thought for me. I would never sit here and say that you're not going through pain. Because a book at the end of the day, you can't judge. Hold on 1 second. We can't relate when you judge me that day. You know, my content is not for everyone. You know, whatever young man or woman is projecting spell work towards me, I truly hope that you find peace within. And I say that respectfully. One thing I don't do, two things for sure, I don't project spell work and I don't energy harvest off my neighbor's energy. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself when someone threatens your life. When someone say they will have a group of people go up against you. When someone threatens your life and say that your voice don't matter and we're going to make sure it's them. Or matter of fact, they say I'm going to rob you, blindside. Matter of fact, I'm going to do it in your face. Mentally, spiritually, physically, even energy harvest all for you. Try to play in your face, but you was far from confused. Didn't have to worship the devil, but hold on 1 second, wasn't pretending to pray to go within. And you still knew how to respect your neighbor, even when they understand and stay in their lane. Hold on 1 second, I still understood my reflection. I wasn't trying to get out of character when he trying to antagonize me. How this type of stuff actually happens when it comes to your worth. Understanding growth is different. I wasn't in competition with my neighbor. Understanding rainy days is different. When folks try to paint you out to be an addict, they got to plot a scene at the end of the day. Only was the hold on 1 second. All he was doing was for likes and views and cloud chasing or fame. Trying to make the next person feel better within when they was having insecurity problems. That ain't got nothing to do with me at the end of the day. But I knew how to respect my neighbor and I didn't have to pretend.
No, and the trade thought for me. Oh my goodness.
You know, when it comes to gang stalking, they would dibble and dabble with your food, your drinks, even whatever substance of your choices, either it's liquid or not. And I don't wish this on nobody that I don't know or I did know. And I say that respectfully. Regardless to what your tax bracket is, I don't wish for anybody to send you the evil eye or project spell work towards you, even when days you can't even see. Hold on 1 second, the light to go within. You know, you're having days where you can't pay that bill. You're having days where you're trying to figure out your mental health. You're trying to deal with spiritual warfare at the same time when someone's attacking your finances, someone's attacking your love life, someone is attacking your confidence, someone's attacking your insecurity. Hold on 1 second, I never had that. I guess that's what bothered your health. Only was the hold on 1 second. I knew how to respect my neighbor, even when you couldn't see. How someone will attack you becoming your authentic self. How someone will attack you choosing you. And the list continues to go on. They will even attack your children. They will even send spell work towards your baby that you pray for every single day. Didn't matter how old that baby was. How this type of stuff happens. And you're not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing or fame. I don't live in fear and I would never hurt myself. I have men and women that recruit people in different tax brackets to gang stalk me, to watch my every move, to tell my next move, to monitor my phone calls, to see, hold on 1 second, did I walk into my door that day? Hold on 1 second, what store do they go into? How many bags are they carrying? Matter of fact, I'm about to call this person, call that person to send spiritual warfare towards them. Matter of fact, I'm going to put spell work in front of their door. How this type of stuff actually happens. You know, they paint you out to be mentally unstable when you walk these streets alone. They said you don't got your moms, your pops. Matter of fact, your pops is part of our crew. Let's talk about it. Pizza, pizza, pizza boy. Pizza, 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 pizza boy. Let's talk about it. How your own pops trying to poison you. Here's the train of thought for me. Forget the brother status at the end of the day, because ain't no brother of mine's going to try to hurt me. It's a train of thought for me. But if I continue to talk, they tell me at the end of the day I'm mentally unstable. When they try to poison me at the end of the day with the same people I live around every single day. But I live in fear and I keep walking these streets. I pray to go within. I didn't have to pretend. When I say God has covered me at the end of the day, I don't fear no man or woman at the end of the day, regardless of you could fight. And I say that respectfully. I was representing myself when it came to unconditional love. Mommy didn't believe me. Mommy didn't believe me. Hold on 1 second. Mommy didn't believe me. Mommy didn't believe me. Mommy didn't believe me. Father didn't know me. Father didn't know me. Mommy didn't believe me. Mommy didn't believe me. Father didn't know me. Father didn't know me. Mommy didn't believe me. Mommy didn't believe me. That's the most heartbroken thing you can actually feel, to actually digest on days when you can't see it. Matter of fact, even when you overcoming the trauma and the pain, how your own moms don't even believe you. Imagine telling your moms that folks is truly attacking you. Only rest the whole one said you wasn't trying to get physical. Never not one time was she stepping for you. Never not one time did she knock on your door to see if you was truly okay. All the lies she had to believe, that damn. Not even one time that you actually think at the end of the day, my child didn't have to pretend. Pops didn't know me. Should I call him that at the end of the day? You don't even know me. What's love at the end of the day? I walk these streets alone. You're supposed to protect me regardless of your mental health. Hold on 1 second. How can you possibly be far gone when you're trying to suck my free will, but you say I'm mentally gone?
It's a trade off for me. No, for real.
I don't live in fear. If my own folks could disrespect me, who are you? At the end of the day, I don't fear you. You the devil. Yeah, you a lie. At the end of the day, I knew how to take accountability for my actions. That's why I woke with my head held high. Always be yourself. I'm not your genuine love respect. Whatever tarot reader, whatever karmic, witch, warlock, Mason, Freemason at that. You put a name in your book, doctor. You know, casting spell work, energy harvesting. I don't live in fear and I would never hurt myself. You know, I heard someone overhearing what I said at the end of the day and they laughed as it was funny. You know, Only the devil will try to shortchange you and make you feel like you're not worthy of choosing you. And that's nothing but the devil with the insecurities they only trying to project on you. When the devil or the enemy has to group up together and project spell work, it tells a lot at the end of the day about their elevation. It didn't matter about their tax bracket. Imagine rooting the devil on. Or matter of fact, praying for the enemy. Because at the end of the day, when you didn't give up, it gave them another task to do, to bring harm towards you. But hold on 1 second. I live by faith. I walk by sight. Hold on 1 second. I understood my rainy days. If God said it's my calling, not man at the end of the day, I understand. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to live a long time.
No, and the trade though, because remember, we live in a spiritual world. Hello.
I would never hurt myself when I say that respectfully. Regardless to what man or woman lied on me, I'm far from an addict, and I'm far from a sex worker. I would never hurt myself good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. How individuals will pocket watch you, trying to figure out, okay, well, we stop this money flow from coming in. How are they providing for themselves? How are they going to the store if we stop this little change from coming in? How are they putting food in their fridge? And then the same people at the end of the day that's controlling your For You page or putting certain things on your For You page to manipulate you and distract you, or let alone, you know how when you was on that call that day, it was so important, or you was on that video chat with that particular person? How they make it seem at the end of the day that conversation never even happened. How this type of stuff actually happens. When folk cast spell work or they send energy towards you to paint you out to be bugging when you truly fall for when you truly fall from it. When you was truly far from it. I may have a speech problem, but I'm trying every single day. That's the difference between me and you, them and they. I'm not giving up on me when they overlook me. I don't live in fear, regardless to who has me under surveillance, who's monitoring my every move. You know how individuals disrespect me because they decided to take my kindness or weakness, and all I had to do was be authentic. Imagine expressing yourself to the wrong person only for them to send spell work towards you. Imagine expressing yourself to the wrong person only for them to gang stalk you. Imagine imagine expressing yourself to the wrong person and never not one time that you have to dibble and dabble and project what they did to you. It's a stream of thought for me. Always be yourself with no misintentions. I'm Naya, Jingle of Respect, and I would never hurt myself. You know, gang stalking is real towards your household, and you're not doing it for likes and views. I saw men and women have their children taken out of their hands because of gang stalking, because of jealousy, envy, and hate at the end of the day, and it's disgusting. Did it matter? Her tax bracket, his tax bracket that day? That child was loved. That child was well cared. That child had a roof over their head. That mother and father was trying. That mother poured into that baby. Regardless to the trauma that was endured with her, that was endured with him. He didn't have his mother. He didn't have his father. She didn't have that mother. When those days where she felt alone, she didn't have that father to say, okay, I got your back when you walk these streets alone. As she continues to blossom, as he continues to elevate, they would never understand that, hold on 1 second, there wasn't a mistake. Regardless to who abandoned them, they didn't love them or protect them, they deserve to have their children. To understand at the end of the day, someone didn't want you to be in existence when it came to your children. You are worthy to know if your child is safe. You are worthy to know that your child is being respected. You are worthy to know if your child is at harm's way. You are worthy to know who's around your child. And especially being stripped by the devil, let alone the enemy. Did it matter if it was family or not? No. And every day that you continue to heal and choose you, that healing journey at the end of the day, it would never be an overnight process, but you are worthy of winning for you. So when that door does open for your child to come into your life, you have open arms and know at the end of the day, not only that now You started working on you. Now you gotta start working on them and working on y'all when it comes to your future. Because that baby is going to be so distant from you when that baby comes in attachment with you. When that baby, and I'll say it right? Yeah. When that baby comes in contact with you. I may not have the right words at times, but I know what I'm talking about. When that baby comes in contact with you. Because that baby needs help as well as you do. Because this is something new, and especially being in an old environment, and when they come into a new environment where this is their safe place, and you're allowing them to know this is their safe place, or you want what's best for your child. You can't take time back, but you can understand at the end of the day, the future is different. And actually hope in everything that works out in your favor. I actually pray for you, because you are worthy of your baby being in your arms. And I say that respectfully. I don't mean no disrespect, but my content is not for everyone. It's not. You know, no mother or father or loved one should lose a child because someone wants to send someone the evil eye, someone wants to project spell work, or someone wants to energy harvest towards someone's child, or someone wants to project a hate crime towards somebody's child, or whatever the case may be. Does it matter if someone came into a household or was in a household of violence or not? Nobody deserves to lose a child, because it became the norm when it comes to violence. So some people don't know right from wrong. But hold on 1 second. That mother and father, regardless if they're in the same household or not, they're showing their children the right ropes at the end of the day. Respect yourself as you respect your neighbor. Respect your peers. And when a mother and father is not doing it for likes and views of cloud chasing or fame, that conversation just hits different. And I say that respectfully. Because when you truly know your child, not off of he say, she say, oh, you know what, I'm going to put on a show in front of these folks because I don't want them to look at me as a bad parent. I don't want them to look at me like this. I don't want them to look at me like that. When you're a real parent at the end of the day, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, even sick days, you know your baby. And not only do you know your baby, it's not that you're your child's friend. You have that safe place where they're able to go into your arms and able to talk to you. A young lady, a young man, friend just passed away and witnessed everything that took place that same very moment. The first thing that child did when they saw their guardian, they couldn't even hold it back. What is a parent to say that someone that they respect, someone that they knew, is no longer here? And they didn't deserve it. You know how traumatizing that is? For a father or a mother now to have to change their routine to now, hold on 1 second, my baby needs extra emotional support, extra help right now. And not only that, this is going to mess up their mental health when it goes to going to school. Because that person that they looked up to, that person that was their friend, they're no longer there. And everybody has a different bond with individuals when they come into communications with them. You don't know what type of conversations that young man, that young woman had with their friend that day, those moments when it came to years and bonding together. And for that to be stripped away from them. A mother or father never experienced anything like that. Or even if you did, to have it happen in your own household, that conversation hits different. Because you always want to protect your baby heart from not being disrupted. You know, my content is not for everybody. You know, I have individuals that disrespect me all day long. I have individuals, you know, bring a harm towards my way, regardless if it's men or women at the end of the day. And I would never hurt myself. And I say that respectfully, regardless if you're trying to blackmail me against me, or regardless if you're projecting a crime towards me to paint me out to be somebody I'm truly at the end of the day. I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. I was never in competition with nobody when it comes to their tax bracket. I was never in competition when it comes to someone and their name at the end of the day. because that's your name. And people that's truly for you will pour into you. It's a train of thought for me. We don't attract the same people, but I know how to respect my neighbor. I know how to put respect on my neighbor's name. I know how to give my neighbor flowers and credit when it's due at the end of the day. Even if you do have potential at the end of the day, I know how to respect my neighbor. And if you don't, and you're not for me at the end of the day, I still know how to respect my neighbor. I don't gotta send you the evil eye. I don't have to call up the community in different area codes and gang stalk you or project spell work towards you or pay this person, pay that person to get information on you to dim your light. I don't operate like that. I'm far from a hater, and I say that respectfully. You know, regardless to who has me shadow banned or whatever the case may be, I would never hurt myself. Regardless to who had to tell this person this about me or who had to tell that person something about me at the end of the day. Regardless was a lie or not at the end of the day. I still don't wish bad on you. And I say that respectfully. But just stay away from me and leave me alone. It's a train of thought for me. I never signed up for someone's one-sided contract. How people are bringing harm towards my way, and then I'm speaking up for myself, and I'm being painted out to be mentally unstable because people are able to control a narrative. I wouldn't wish this on your daughter or your son, regardless to how old they are, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody, regardless of your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, or your age. My content is not for everyone. My side like pray for yourself, pray for yourself, neighbor. More self like pray for yourself, pray for yourself, neighbor. Said the enemy tried to attack you, but God got your back. Said the enemy tried to attack you, but God got your back. Say love yourself, don't dim your light, don't dim your light, don't dim your light. You know, being authentic, it's not a crime. I'm far from a copycat. Hold on one second. God didn't tell a lie. God showed me what a miracle looks like up close and personal. At the end of the day, I didn't have to pretend when I knew how to respect my neighbor. Even days when I couldn't see, taking accountability for my actions. I wasn't running from my past, let alone the problem. Regardless, whatever you try to bring me, I say that respectfully. Folks be trying to humble you, but God didn't discourage you. Hold on one second. I took the next opportunity, this thing called life. Understanding my reflection is different. Even when folks is casting spell work in a toxic way, they want me to be insecure, mentally unstable. They try to shortchange my pocket when it comes to my mental health, but hold on one second. I ain't have to pretend to be authentic. I never switched up when it came to having a heart. It's a train of thought for me, how folks would try to kick you down, try to see you frown, but God maintain your smile. I don't worship the devil. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Yeah, I may not be attracted to you. That's fine. I'm not for you. I may be slow, stupid, and retarded to you, but I am not for you. And I say that respectfully. I'm not a genuine respect, and I'm far from a hater. It was more so like 1, 2, 3. Hold on 1 second. How the hate was so real. Walking into a room when you had good intentions, only realize you truly meant well. You ever had someone giving you the evil lie? You didn't have to do the 2-step because the devil was truly a lie. Because God was truly protecting your mental health, holding you down when it came to your words, when it came to your balance. Hold on 1 second, not to get discouraged. Because certain folks want you to fumble in your whole mental health. They want to paint you out to be the crash out. They want to paint you out to seem like, hold on one second, you don't know what you're talking about when it comes to your conscience. That energy is different. They say you talk about nothing but nonsense.
No, ever trade though, the only the devil would do such a thing. God on the enemy, sending you the evil eye.
How this type of stuff actually happens. You may not have your moms and your pops in your life. You may have to grow up fast, but hold on 1 second. You had obstacles, challenges, unhealthy relationships. It was truly a fail. You was on a mission of loving yourself, to understand you just wanted to be well. You had a family when you least expected, but hold on 1 second, they truly made you proud. To understand that, hold on 1 second, you can hold it down. You just want better days ahead, so you could be able to hold your head up. You understand that, hold on 1 second, you got this. You knew how to take accountability for your actions when you actually think at the end of the day. I wasn't trying to let myself go when it came to that testimony that day, overlooking me. That energy is different. You made a couple of mistakes, but was running Running from your past, it wasn't in your vocabulary. You came across certain folks that was throwing you the evil lie when you least expected. They didn't want you to become your best self vision of yourself. You had folks playing your face, playing with your attention span. Hold on one second. They didn't want you to be woke when it comes to being real. Hold on one second. You truly wasn't on the same page when they put you in competition that day. You know, everybody's walk of life ain't the same. I may not make sense to the average person, and I say that respectfully, but that job, it truly wasn't for you. It allowed you to feel that, hold on one second, I wasn't trying to lose me when it come to my conscience. Because they was overworking you. They ain't know how to respect you. The disrespect was loud when you was never the issue. You wasn't doing it for the likes and views of cloud chasing no fame. You put in that footwork at the end of the day, they would never respect you. Hold on one second, you had to let go to understand that, hold on one second, you wasn't trying to endure more pain. You understood days when high blood pressure was real. They couldn't even check on you to see, hold on one second, was you weathering that storm to be okay? Holy was worried then they would be on their payroll.
Never trade off of me. I gotta go. I'm talking to my. I'm not.
How this type of stuff actually happens. I love myself, not to dim my light. I love myself, not to dim my light. I love myself, not to dim my light. Thank you, God, for being patient with me. Thank you, God, for being patient with me. You know, my content is not for everybody. You know, healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. It's not. But you are worthy of choosing you. And you are worthy of the right people, community coming into your life to respect you. Not energy harvest off your energy. Not project spell work towards you or send the evil eye towards you. You know, we all are not the same. Because there are men and women that know how to respect their neighbor. With no misintentions. They say real recognize real. What's up, neighbor? Neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. I'm far from a hater. Neighbor, 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 neighbor. We not the same. Hold on, neighbor. Because you come across those folks, it's not the same. They see you bigging yourself up. Hold on one second, your biggest cheerleader. They will never understand that you never understand the change that you overcame. Even when you got lost in your words, you still kept it pushing. They will never understand that work that God endured with you. Hold on one second. Balance. And I ain't talking about narcotics. The energy is different. They will never understand how you understand faith is different. Hold on one second. My vision, your vision, God's vision. God endured the gift within you to truly love you. Show up for yourself when you least expect it. Never get shortchanged because someone doesn't see your worth. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, regardless of who's monitoring my every move or having me under surveillance, something I'd never signed up for. And I say that respectfully. Or regardless of what next door neighbor is gang stalking me or projecting spore towards me or sending me the evil eye or telling people in different zip codes, continents, what my next move is or sending spore towards me good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I would never hurt myself or regardless of who has me shadow banned in the day. You know, my content is not for everybody. And I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself. And when it comes to my creativity, I'll work alone. And I always have since day one. Regardless to what tarot reader, what karmic, what witch, what warlock, what entrepreneur, or what doctor, or what past person, or whatever the case may be. I work alone when it comes to my creativity. And I always have since day one. And I say that respectfully. I gave my creativity to my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father, God. And I don't worship the devil, and my soul was never for sale. And I say that respectfully. Regardless to what man or what woman, or let alone child, is sending me spell work, or gang stalking me, or is trying to bring me harm, I do not live in fear, and I would never hurt myself. And I say that respectfully. I walk these streets alone, and I would never hurt myself. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I'm far from a hater.
No, you haven't changed on me, neighbor. I gotta go.
I love to talk about love. It wasn't more so the materialistic things, and I said it respectfully, because those things come and go. Hold on 1 second. You know, cherish and value someone's time and day. You didn't have to play mind manipulation games to hold on 1 second, overlook somebody when they was willing to overcome pain. You know, the energy is different. Not switching up on someone, allowing them to feel comfortable in their skin. You wasn't projecting insecurity on them. Hold on 1 second. You're on a different type of level. Showing up for somebody, actually fulfilling those shoes that God allowed you to see while God gave you those tools. You know, balance, loving yourself to better yourself, pour into the right person, then have to pretend when you use God flow that day. You told someone God sent them into your life. You wasn't doing it for likes and views of cloud chasing or fame. You wasn't trying to fumble their heart. You truly knew how to maintain. Those conversations was real. When you truly showed somebody you was capable, able, and willing to love them right the first time around, not to make them mentally disabled, disturbed.
No, even trade like mentally ill. No. That's not what you was projecting on them.
That ain't just different when someone truly trying to be your peace. Not trying, but they actually showed you. You know, fulfilling those shoes when it comes to your future. So was trying to have their cake and eat it too. Y'all understood that. Hold on 1 second. You was able to relate to someone being emotionally available. Who would have knew that the love of your life would show up for you when you least expected? You prayed to go within, and the love of your life wasn't pretending. Someone sees you, hears you, respects you, and someone truly shows you the value of time and day. And they wasn't trying to have their cake and eat it too.
No, even trade like my concept, man. That's okay.
You know, gang stalking is real. I have individuals hacking my devices, my accounts, my emails. Even having people tell my next move at the end of the day, when I come and I go at the end of the day. You know, I do not live in fear, and I would never hurt myself. Regardless if it's not real people watch me now or whatever the case may be, because you are able to control who's able to see my content or not, I would never hurt myself. Or regardless as to who you trying to project and say I'm not who I say I am or whatever the case may be, I'm not going to respect. The one thing I never did was not be myself. I always was myself this whole entire time. I just got better with days.
Hit the train though, because Hillary tried paying on a race overnight process, and what you got me going through today.
I wouldn't even project this on you. Because actually, at the end of the day, would you be able to walk in your own steps? It'd be the same thought for me when it come to your own mental health. You try to shortchange me. But honestly, at the end of the day, I don't worship the devil. I don't understand at the end of the day why you doing this to me. But I get it. You know, the devil, the enemy, don't want you to elevate. They look at you like competition. They don't want you to elevate because they don't want you to surpass this person. They don't want you to have more money than them. They don't want you to have this. They don't want you to have that. But all I was trying to do was just love myself. And whatever comes with God's love at the end of the day, that's all the way I was doing, was walking. I walk by faith, not by sight. I knew how to respect my neighbor. Shouldn't have thought for me. Regardless of who you got gang stalking me or trying to bring harm towards me or whoever you recruiting that's new or whatever the case may be, I do not live in fear. And I say it respectfully. I'm not scared to look the devil in their face. It's shouldn't have thought for me. My content is not for everybody. You know, someone will say that you don't have potential, but they will watch you months and years and weeks at a time at the end of the day. Just to send you the evil lie, project spoke towards you, gang stalk you, or pay this person, pay that person to try to project fear in you, all types of weird stuff. But they actually inspired. But never allow someone to discourage you when God is choosing you. I'm not using respect, and my content is not for everyone. Never allow a man or a woman to project fear in you and say that your voice doesn't matter because they're willing to have a community, didn't matter a tax bracket, didn't matter a zip code, go against you, and they say that your voice is not going to matter because they're willing to blackmail you against you, or they're willing to paint you out to be something you're truly not. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everybody. You know, when it comes to gang stalking, people will act like they had conversations with you. People will act like you was going to show up at an event. People will act like at the end of the day, they know you. You know, they will monitor your phone calls. They will cut your phone calls off. You know, they control your screenery when it comes to your accounts, you know, your emails. You know, if you're a content creator or not, at the end of the day, they will play with your numbers and they will make you seem at the end of the day to get discouraged. But when you on God's time and you're not doing it for the likes and views of cloud chasing of fame, the energy is different. You're doing it for the people that's truly for you. And by them doing that manipulation when it comes to your numbers at the end of the day, it shows a lot about their own character traits. They're insecure.
No, and the trade though, you jealous son of a. I said what I said, or the hockey stick up your.
You know, individuals that would gang stalk you, they would even try to bring harm towards you and she would try to bring RP towards you. or project a hate crime towards you and say that nobody's going to hear you or believe you, or they're willing to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially at the end of the day, or they got certain folks that work in certain different tax brackets that monitors your every move when it comes to your devices, your accounts, just to find out what you got going on when it comes to your finances, your phone calls, what you got going on, your data, who you talking to. This type of stuff actually happens. Even when you go to the check cashing place too, how they would try to send you spell work to dysfunction your face, or they would even put poison in your body and then tell everybody that you're an addict or you're a sex worker, whatever the case may be. That's why your face is breaking out. And that was never you at the end of the day. And then when you speak up for yourself about why your picture's not being taken, the first thing that someone wants to say at the end of the day, I gotta get the supervisor because I'm not taking this picture of you. My conscience, everybody. I would never hurt myself, and I don't live in fear, sir, ma'am. I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. Regardless to who believes me or not at the end of the day. Gang stalking is real. There's so many innocent people out there that been through hate crime. And these same type of people at the end of the day projected this mental health on these people that live in fear or make them feel at the end of the day someone's going to rob them mentally, spiritually, physically, financially. No, they did. And they said that, hold on 1 second. The police are not going to believe you. Whoever you go to is not going to believe you. Nobody's going to believe you. And being that you're speaking right now, nobody's still going to believe you because I'm just controlling your numbers. How this type of stuff actually happens. I do not live in fear, and I do not do drugs, and I'm far from a sex worker. I don't dibble and dabble with spur work. I don't energy harvest my neighbor's energy, and I would never hurt myself, and I don't live in fear. I'm Naya, genuine, love, respect. You know, you don't have to say someone's name. Folks know what they're doing to you at the end of the day. I don't live in fear. I never gave nobody permission to come into my unit where I rest my head at. I never gave nobody permission to use my personal information as their personal use. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully, regardless to who you are. And I never gave nobody permission to use my documentation to try to blackmail me, to get me locked up or put me in a psych board. How individuals will hack your devices and then paint you to be mentally unstable. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater, what about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, what about you? Stop the violence in the community. Peace and respect to your neighbor. Stop the violence. Humanity, whether don't dim your light. Gotta go neighbor, don't dim your light. Stop the violence. Protect your energy, protect you and your family. Stay out of trouble, humanity worthy. I never signed up for someone's one-sided ass contract. And I say that respectfully. How folks will make money off you and won't even give you what you own. Your half, your cut, the big check. It's a train of thought for me. How people would take your creativity and make it their own, but won't even put respect on your name. They rather gang stalk you, project fear in you, rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, energy harvest off your energy, even got your next door neighbor watching your every move, then matter a tax bracket. I'm not agent of respect. And my conscience is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. Regardless who has me shadow banned or not, I would never hurt myself. And when it comes to my creativity, I work alone. And I always have since day one. And I say that respectfully, I do not live in fear. Always be yourself, no attention. I'm not agent of respect. Stop the violence.
Now you have to change on me. I gotta go. Peace and respect, your neighbor. Stop the violence.